we talked about just 2 minutes earlier got me thinking. How important is it to be completely comfortable in the body you live in?
Very important.
You have to
It's
love
very
yourself to be that way.
Exactly. There has to be acceptance at a very deep level that this is the body that I was given. And there is not much I can do to make anything different. It is so important to feel that happiness regardless. You may be fat, you may be thin, you may have a pain-ridden body, a cancer-ridden body, filled with heart conditions. But it is your body. And you are just occupying it for a brief period of time. Deep within you is your source that is always happy, always at peace. And if this is the body you were given, there must have been a reason for it, right? Changing it is going to change everything. So I don't like the way my cheeks are so fat. So as soon as I suck the fat out of my cheeks, I'm going to instantly find happiness. That is the question, right? I lived in South America. The women were so thoroughly insecure. That must have been a country where the psychiatrists and what do they call them? Plastic surgeons made the maximum amount of money. They continually went for some procedure in the hope that as soon as they get a double D size, they will get the man. But what about the woman who got the quadruple D who's standing outside? That gives you tremendous insecurity, right? You have based your entire future, your happiness, on a body part. So if I have this, then I will be happy. Then I will find the man that I want. And if I find the man that I want, I will be happy. That very premise is wrong. As soon as you find that man, it will be the cause for your unhappiness. Then a whole new series of problems will begin. Trying to change your body to find happiness and to find peace is the most misguided notion. And I always used to wonder with, my children and myself would talk about transgender. And I'm saying, what do you mean transgender? Are they attracted to, they're born women and are attracted to women? Then that makes them gay, doesn't it? Makes them lesbian. And that's understandable. Why do they want to change their body parts? Why are they so unhappy till that happens? When that happens, instantly are they going to find that peace? They're completely comfortable with the body. Whatever body parts, new body parts, everything different. And now you're completely happy. Examine the reason for your unhappiness. You're unhappy because you don't accept what is. And that is the basis for all unhappiness. You have placed your happiness on an outside force which controls how your mood is going to be, how you're going to feel today, whether there's a smile going to be on your face or not. So if he gets up in the morning and he wishes me nicely, I am happy. If he gets up grumpy, I am sad. Yo-yoing based on what somebody else thinks or feels. Is that even worth it? I am happy regardless. And that happiness comes from a very deep understanding of who you are. That you are more than your body. That any answer you seek is not going to come from others. Is not going to come from another source, another person, another event, another situation. It's just going to come from within, because happiness is just a feeling inside you. And you can call it at will. Give yourself an aha moment. Just sit outside like you two were sitting outside, just looking at the green grass, the little remnants of a little breeze, and say, aha, I'm getting a little breeze now in 90-degree weather. Still, that moment is precious. You're sitting with a friend and talking about nothing in particular. It's a special moment. It is happy and complete in itself. It doesn't require a body type to be happy. We want to change everything. You want to change everything that we have. Teeth don't look good, you get braces put. Somehow that has become acceptable. But one by one they're changing, internal organs, external organs. And I see the point when it's something like a liver transplant, a kidney transplant, a chance to live a little longer. But it's a very painful process. Yesterday I learned that my maidservant in India, husband's liver is shot and he needs a liver transplant, but he can't afford it, and so he will pass at some point. These transplants are for the rich and the famous.
Yeah, India, that's the way it is.
The poor live with their body and go with the body. It's a very painful process to get all of these things done. And then still find at the end of it all, you've had your liposuction, you've had your tummy tuck, but still you're unhappy in your marriage and worried when he's going to look at the next person. I had a class a few weeks ago where this girl asked me to talk about fear. And I said, okay, I talked about fear of death, fear of not making it, fear of failing in your life, fear of this. All she wanted me to talk about was fear that husband is going to look at another woman. I had no idea that that's what she wanted me to address. Those fears are all completely baseless. Acceptance of what is will keep you grounded. When you look at people and you talk to them, you don't think of their body types. If you really care for someone, you're looking into their eyes and talking. You're looking into their soul and talking. You're not saying, this is Maithili with plump arms, and this is this one with long legs, and this is one with curly hair. You're not looking at their features. How many times a day do you look at your husband's features? You just talk and you look. The people that you love. And in any case, what other people think of you is exactly. If you learn that, the only reason we're doing all of these things, not accepting our body the way it is, is because we're so worried about what other people think about us, how we look, how we present ourselves, what we're supposed to eat, how we're supposed to talk. All of this becomes so important to us. And accepting your body is a different thing when you're a child. But accepting it as you age, that is an art in itself. Because it has a lifespan. And as you age, slowly things change. Can you accept it when you're hobbling and having to use a walker? Can you accept it when your arteries are clogged and you need to have surgery? Or will you still be saying, why? Why me? Why did this have to happen to me? This happens to all of us. Acceptance of your body as you age is the most difficult thing. When you're young, it's different. You're young, you're healthy, you're robust, you're walking around, everything is fine. You're okay with whatever you got. But as you grow older, and I see it in my mother, and I see it in other people's mothers too, and I see it in myself. I was not this way when I was 25 years old. I didn't have any pain in my body. But to have that pain and still smile and say the next step I take is a pain-free step. To be proud of where you are. Proud of who you are. Completely comfortable in whatever you've been given. Whatever your circumstances, not just your body. The home in which you live, the children that you have, the family that you've been given, the choices that are available to you, the education you received. We want something else. Then we'll be happy. When my daughter gets married, then I'll be happy. Then when she has a baby, then I'll be happy. And when she has a second baby, then I'll be happy. Right? No, we have to drop that right now. Feel completely at ease with whatever you have been given. You have two types of karma in our life. One that comes with our body and one that comes with our past lives. Both become extremely important because the karma in your past life manifests when the body permits it to. That is to say, if your mind is always in a good place, you can subvert any illness. 2 days ago, I felt the beginnings of a cold. So what do? I do double the meditation. Double the pranayam. I did my pranayam in the morning and at 4 o'clock. Get rid of the toxins. Whatever's causing it. Get rid of whatever stress is built up in my body. I'm thinking of how to arrange. I'm arranging this event, I'm arranging that event. Yeah. Those events will take place. You're doing it, for a good reason. And if people come, they come. For that, I don't need to be sick. Because a deadline has to be met at your office, you don't have to be sick. People bring on illnesses. The body becomes weak when the mind is weak. When your prana is low. When you're unable to control the number of thoughts hitting you each day. And not good thoughts, negative thoughts. Thoughts that bring you down. You're never going to make it. You've always been a loser. Who's going to look at you? It'll never happen for you. Why is it that they do so well? How come they have such a nice life? How come they have the nice car? In a day, how many times do these thoughts come? You have to tell yourself time and time again, I am comfortable, I am at ease with whatever I have right now. Because whatever you have right now is all you have. What you had in the past is a memory. Yeah, it was there. It's a photograph of your daughter dancing, but is she dancing now? She's not dancing now. It's just a photograph. Right? And what's going to happen in the future? Who knows? Who knows? One thing is for certain. If you make this moment work, make it work with everything it brings. Make it a success. Make it a place where you can rest and be comfortable. And say, give it 100%. 100% of action, acceptance, surrender, and just let it work through you. Then that success will carry on tomorrow and the day after and the day after. And then you know that tomorrow is just a collection of todays, right? We have to make this moment work. Doesn't maybe apply to a lot of people here being comfortable in your bodies, but it does apply being comfortable in your present surrounding, in your present circumstance. You want change, you want everything to change, and it does change. But to bring the positive changes in your life, you have to call it, welcome it in. And if you're negative and you're skeptical and you're frightened and you're anxious and you're stressed out, you've just closed all the doors. It ain't gonna come. Not now, maybe never. Because you're telling the universe, I like to be unhappy. And the universe says, fine. So I'll give you more of this. It ain't gonna come. It'll never happen. You're going to be even more miserable. You're going to be stuck in this life forever, stuck in Florida forever. Look at this weather, miserable weather, you're stuck here forever. We have to change the quality of our thoughts. We have to change the messages that we're giving to ourselves and we're putting out. We have to change the energy that you possess. And that is done by slipping into yourself, slipping into your source. And when you realize that nothing matters, at the same time it all matters. Everything does. Nothing is important when you're in meditation. Yet it's all important to be in that moment. It is everything and nothing at the same time. Meditation, breathing, knowledge. These are the three things you need to get you through everything. But more important than that is awareness. When you're thinking those thoughts, to recognize it and say, oh, it's a no thought. I don't need that thought. Putting it away in the no basket. Keep a little no basket with you. Every time you get a no thought, you just take it and put it away. You know, recognition of awareness of that is so important. Because we don't realize it. Until suddenly you're just like saying all kinds of depressing things. And I'm very lucky that in my life I have a mirror with Rajiv. That when I get into a negative spiral, he immediately catches it before I do. And then he says, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, What am I talking about? That's a no thought. I need to put it in the basket. And I do the same for him. So it is so important that, especially if you're married, to have husband and wife doing this together. This is a real journey that you walk together. Keeping each other buoyant and happy, accepting and comfortable and at ease all the time. All the time. When things are good, when things are not so good, when things are very bad, when things are painful, you're still accepting and comfortable. So we've got one more tool. So many tools I've given you, a deflector, I've given you a camera. I think we need a whole satchel full of things to work through this. And now we have this no basket. Take it and throw it away. Don't need it anymore. Don't need negative thoughts. We need to keep it positive all the time.